Hey, how are you? Sorry I've been off the grid working on our Jason Todd Fan series, which because of your generosity and your support, we get to make. So thank you, seriously. But the honest truth is I've also been running from my demons of responsibility, accountability, and creativity recently. But they finally caught up to me and beat me down into submission.
Are you okay?
Yeah, fine. That was good.
So yeah, man, that's what's been going on. Truthfully, I was more scared than I was excited for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. The idea of Sam the Man Raimi's grand return to the big screen should have had me jumping for joy, vomiting an absurd Looney Tunes amount of wacky worms just at the idea to see him zoom back into the director's chair.
Hi, I'm Sam Raimi.
But I was worried, man. Worried that he was simply a substitute teacher hired to steer Kevin's creative ship that a fellow horror filmmaker decided not to sail on. Phase 4 has been a downer, dude, and I haven't even seen half of it. It feels like these movies, year by year, are being made more in the boardroom, crafted by committee, and shot by Mysterio's drones in a green screen basement. I did not want to see that with Sam Raimi's name superimposed on top of it. But I mean, it's Sam Raimi, dude. So my shill ass rushed down to the same theater I saw Spider-Man 2 at almost 2 decades ago, grabbed a slice of pizza beforehand, threw my feet up, and watched Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And holy shit, the madman did it. I thought Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness was a blast. Sam Raimi is back. But first, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, Established Titles. Established Titles is a project based on the historic Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lairds, or lords and ladies in English. By purchasing 1 square foot of dedicated land, you get to call yourself a lord or a lady based on the historic tradition. When you purchase a plot, Established Titles is committed to plant 1 tree with every order, which helps protect the pristine woodlands of Scotland. You'll also be helping support global charities such as One Tree Planted, Trees for the Future, and each certificate features a unique plot number so you can see the exact location of your land. Your title pack will give you 1 square foot of dedicated land on a private estate in Ordally, Aberdeenshire, Scotland. Best of all, gaining the title of Lord or Lady allows me to add it to certain official documents like my credit card, plane ticket, or best yet, my dating profile. If you were like me and not getting any matches before, this is our chance. Plus, for those with Scottish heritage like myself, it is a great way to connect to our family roots. This is the perfect late Mother's Day or early Father's Day gift, since you can order a digital copy and receive it right away, or opt to receive a physical copy in the mail. Established Titles is running a huge sale, but if you use my code HiTop, you get an additional 10% off. Head to establishedtitles.com/HiTop and help support the channel. Thanks, guys. Okay, so, I'm not gonna act like this is my favorite Marvel movie, or even close to being up there with Sam's Spider-Man, but I will say that this is the first time in a long time that I've sat down in the theater and was fully captivated, engrossed by a Marvel Studios film. And that's because for about 70% of the runtime, it didn't feel like a modern Marvel Studios film to me. From the expressive camera that actually says something visually that elicits a feeling, a shock, a gasp, a laugh, a smile, a tear from the audience, to the idea of actually making these superheroes feel like human beings that live in our world, live in New York City, to the focus on sincerity and human drama. I was so happy to see Sam back in the Steve Ditko and Stan Lee playground. From the way that Raimi frames Stephen Strange amongst the people he has chosen to protect, to the way he constantly, consistently, for most of the film, finds a way to involve, to put the vulnerable human beings who can't leap from dimension to dimension right into the action. Compare any shot from Infinity War's version of Doctor Strange versus an alien intruder to Sam Raimi's version of that. The action is clearer, more vibrant, more creative, it's more stressful, there's more stakes, it feels more raw. It's so refreshing to see a true master back behind the camera, a master who understands, who helped invent the superhero formula, craft the magic, cast the spell that has been too diluted like a stale batch of cornflakes over the last 20 years. And that staleness still molds its way over some of the film. It's the 200th one of these, and you pretty much have to have seen the first Doctor Strange, Infinity War, Endgame, WandaVision, No Way Home, What If to understand half of the exposition dumps, references, blah, blah, blah. But that's the nature of how these things work now.
So my buddy Sam has had to add scenes that they told him he had to shoot, and he's removed scenes that no longer apply. And I don't think Benedict Cumberbatch even knows if he's in this movie or not.
At one point during the movie, when the Illuminati make their grand appearance, I was terrified, in shock at how wrong this could go. Clearly reshot at the last minute to add the epitome of cheap fan-appealing customer service, lacking the creative flair the rest of the film has, green screens everywhere, shallow depth of field actors added in a week before release, literal gray concrete filling the frame, dialogue that made me want to end it all. I thought these cameos were going to stick around the rest of the movie, and my soul was about to leave my husk of a cynical corpse. But then my boy Sammy Raimi has Wanda. And I smiled like a freak. Honestly, if you're gonna make a cameo fest, at least hire Sam Raimi to kill them all. And yeah, it's like Sam and Kevin Feige co-parented the movie. One parent is the by-the-book, super smart, super fucking successful, guaranteed billion-dollar college fund for their Mickey Mouse baby kind of dad, and the other is the cool, edgy one that buys you ice cream and lets you watch scary movies.
Now you're gonna do it like I tell you to do it, or you get off the set.
And dude, I'm so amazed that they let Sam get this campy, get this creepy. Who would have thought that the third act of an MCU movie could have a zombie Doctor Strange deliver a sentimental monologue about believing in yourself? Who would have thought that Wanda Maximoff would be the best MCU villain? She never cracks a quip, indulges in the bathos. Her character is entirely dedicated, will stop at nothing, will kill everyone and everything to achieve her pathos-filled goal. And that's the thing that has always made Sam Raimi one of the most, if not the most influential and inspiring filmmaker to me. Ever since he was my age, he has been finding the craziest, most expressive way to shoot a scene. He will always have the most batshit insane ideas of what's hilarious, what's terrifying, what's exciting. He will always be operating at 200% creativity. But all of that, all of Sam Raimi's magic when it comes directing diabolical demons or the most selfless of superheroes, would not work without his empathy for the human beings underneath. In Scott Derrickson's first Doctor Strange flick, Stephen Strange was all about protecting life and not taking it.
Doctor Strange, not Master Strange, not Mr. Strange, Doctor Strange. When I became a doctor, I swore an oath to do no harm, and I have just killed a man. I'm not doing that again. I became a doctor to save lives, not take them.
That was something super interesting to me that they established about his brand of heroism. Him discovering his selflessness that he always had inside, buried beneath the ego. His compassion as a doctor, a healer. I feel like we lost some of that in his supporting appearances. Became less about the individual life, less about Stephen's personal growth, and more about the superpowers and the sorcery. Less about the doctor behind all the strange. Raimi takes a lot from that first film, takes, in my opinion, all the tangible, unique, and human characteristics and amps them up. Strange's relationship with Christine Palmer always should have been this important to his character. The final moment of that first film was Strange accepting his destiny, still wearing the watch she gifted, being unable to change to fix the toll that time takes. He never really moved on from that, and we never heard him speak of her, long for her. There was no time in the universe building for that kind of focus on emotional sensitivity. Raimi somehow, amidst all the insanity, makes time, dreams, and the idea of lost themes that he explores. He finds a way into these characters that ground them, as he always has. Wanda, America, Stephen are all dealing with a loss of some sort, dreaming of a reality where all their pain is gone, where they can live out their fantasies and escape their nightmares. At the end of the day, all the multiversal madness is really just the very human idea of searching for the possibility, of longing to be held by the ones you love. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is wacky, campy, ridiculous, stupid, awesome, badass, a plethora of useless buzzwords that shouldn't blend together. But Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness somehow has the balls to ask these titans of pop culture a simple question. The simple question that Sam Raimi has been asking these superheroes since 2002. Are you happy? Are these tortured heroes who stumble, who are always on the brink of becoming their worst, most twisted nightmares? Are they? Can they be happy?